Good morning everyone. Right, I'm going to show you how to make this particular flower, which is made from this loop trim. It's one of my favourite trims to work with. We do have some in the store. I'm also going to use some of the good quality double-sided satin ribbon. This is 1.5 inches. And we just cut about 3 inches. But you need 2 strips, that's for the leaves. We're going to need a flower centre. So I'm going to use the same one that I had before. A piece of lace, gathered lace. This is the Nottingham lace. We do sell this as well. And you need about 10 inches of that. Needle and thread and a lighter and a pair of tweezers. So first of all, what I'm going to do is do the leaves. Get those ready. And you just fold those down. So fold the right corner down to the middle and the left corner down to the middle as well. You can even them up as much as possible. Fold that back. Right down to the middle, left down to the middle. Fold it in half but backwards. So you've got 3 pieces like that. Put your tweezers, or sit that between your tweezers, should I say. And leave enough to trim. So you just trim it like that. Then move the tweezers down slightly, because you want to make sure you do grip enough for you to then seal together. And you just use your flamethrower. We have got the flamethrowers coming back in, folks. For now, use a candle or a lighter, doesn't matter. We also have the long needles coming back in as well. Now this is like a really good quality ribbon, so it does take a time for it to melt. And I suggest you work with good quality ribbons if you can. And we often sell them, so we have ribbons now on sale. See, that didn't quite grab that. So all I'm going to do with that bit is to melt it there and stick that bit down. That'll do. Take your thread, go in through the middle on one end. Run a tacking stitch. And then you sew right across the bottom section of it. And you see the leaf forming as you do it. Like that. Pull together and there's your leaf. And they're one of the best quality leaves you can buy or make. They're expensive to buy, but make them. You don't need to keep buying everything. Make, make, make. Make what you can and buy what you can't make. That's my motto. Trim that off. Just add a little bit of heat to that. That's tidied that up. Tie a double knot in the end. Ready for the next one. Do the same process. Meet the 2 in the middle. Fold it back. Pop that between straight edged tweezers if you can. Trim. Move it down a little bit so that you're going to catch all of that together. And then burnish the ends. Seal it off. Let me just move that out of the way. Squeeze that tight. And then all you're doing basically is you're cutting, you're straightening it off. Turn it over and do the same thing. Again, it doesn't always work because let me just do that, melt that down a bit and we pop that on and it's done. Pop the needle in, little tacking stitch. right the way across. Doesn't matter what colour thread, you are not going to see it. So I always try and work with the thread I can actually see. Just in case I've made mistakes or anything, you can actually see what you're doing. As long as it's not going to be seen later on. A perfectly good leaf there. Trim that. Oops. Just burnish the ends off, that's fine. And there's my 2 leaves. So now I'm going to put some fresh thread in. And when you're doing a gathered lace, you don't need as much. For a flat edge, for a flat lace or ribbon, I would do about 12 to 14 inches. But you only need about 10 to 12 for a gathered. 14 to 16 actually if you're doing the flats. So, we just... This one's about 10 inches, which is good enough for what we need. Just do a running stitch. Right the way across. Go back to the beginning of where you started and pull that in. Now don't pull it in too tight because you're going to tighten up the looped one, but that is about enough. You need a hole big enough in the middle. Like that. You're just going to cut that. Just tie a knot in that, ready for your next one. Now, the flower you've just done, just even it out like that with the, see, you've got that. Now, I've taken a little piece of foam, and we do sell the foam in the shop as well. So I've cut that ready. I'm going to take a small piece of this, not much, you don't need a lot of it. So I'd say about 8 inches. Just seal off the ends. And then near the edge, but it's a loop, so you're going to have to be careful. You need to do a tacking stitch. And then you just do a small stitch catching it right the way across. Just be careful because with this it can pull the loops out. You catch it wrong. But it makes a beautiful, beautiful flower. You got to the end like that. So you need to go back to the beginning and gently pull that in. Just pull that in like that. And then we're just going to sew the end like that. Just join the two pieces together. Like that. And just be careful of this. You don't want to get that caught. Like that. And then we just make sure that's evenish. I'm going to glue that onto this one. Now don't forget, it's not quite a circle. You're going to have to turn it upside down and work it into the position to get it even around the lacy edge. Like that. That's nice. Take your centre, pop that on, push down so it lifts this up. It may stick to the bottom, we just get rid of that. Like that. And then we need to put the leaves on. So just a dab of glue going around it. We'll put that there. And the bigger leaf there. And then you take hold of the centre that you're going to put in the back. And you just cover that up like that. And you can pull these out a little bit when you're ready. And that's it. Doesn't that look beautiful? They're gorgeous. Handmade flowers. Now, let me just see if I can do this. And these are going on the shop for sale. There you go. So they're now going on the shop for sale. They are gorgeous flowers. They really are pretty. Made with top quality lace, top quality ribbon, top quality gems and top quality trimmings. I hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.